Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. I'm here to talk about SDI in a teacup.
What if the key to understanding specially designed instruction wasn't another training, another compliance checklist, or another acronym? What if it were as simple as sipping a cup of tea? Today we're breaking down one of special education's most important concepts in a surprisingly simple way. Ladies and gentlemen, join us in welcoming veteran educator, special education lead teacher, and passionate advocate for exceptional students, Mrs. Tomeki Lavender.
I'm Tomeki Lavender, and I'm here to talk about SDI in a teacup. Today's focus is understanding quality instruction for every child with an IEP. We're talking about specially designed instruction, or SDI. Because I believe SDI can be understood through a simple teacup. Stay with me. Imagine you're holding a teacup sitting in a saucer. The entire setup represents a student's educational program. Let's begin with the saucer. The saucer represents the IEP. Think about it. The saucer supports everything else. Without it, things can get messy pretty quickly. The IEP works the same way. It provides the foundation. It tells us who the student is, where the student currently is performing, what goals they're working towards, what services they'll receive, and what supports they'll need. But here's something important. The IEP itself doesn't teach anyone. Just like the saucer doesn't satisfy your thirst. It's essential, but it isn't the main event. The main event is what's inside the cup, the tea. The tea represents instruction. Instruction is what happens every single day inside of our classrooms. It's the explanation we give, it's the modeling we provide, it's the questions we ask, it's the guided practice, the feedback, the opportunity students have to build on new skills. SDI means intentionally adapting what we teach, how we teach it, or how instruction is delivered to meet the unique needs resulting from a student's disability. Now, let's talk about the cup itself. The cup represents the progress monitoring. I know progress monitoring isn't usually anyone's favorite topic, but think about this. How do you know if the tea tastes good if you never take a sip? How do we know whether our instruction is working if we never look at the data? That's exactly what progress monitoring does. It helps us answer important questions. Is the student making progress? Are they making enough progress? Do I need to adjust my instruction? Has the student mastered the skill? As educators, one of the biggest mistakes we can make is continuing to teach the same way, even when the data tells us that it isn't working. Good teaching is responsive, and effective SDI should always be responsive. Now, let's move to my favorite part of this analogy, the handle. The handle represents accommodations. I love this comparison because accommodations are incredibly important, but they're often misunderstood. Think about the handle on your teacup. The handle doesn't change the tea. It doesn't make the tea stronger. It doesn't make the tea sweeter. It doesn't change what's inside the cup at all. What it does do is it provides access. It allows someone to safely hold the cup and benefit from what's inside. Accommodations work exactly the same way. Extended time, preferential seating, text to speech, visual support, frequent breaks, small group testing. These supports provide students access to instruction and opportunities to demonstrate learning. But accommodations alone don't teach new skills. They're not the instruction, they're the access point. And that's a critical distinction. Because if we're only providing accommodations without adapting instruction, we're missing one of the most important components of SDI. So let's put everything together. The saucer is the IEP, the T is the instruction, the cup is the progress monitoring, and the handle is the accommodations. When all four pieces work together, students have the opportunity to make meaningful progress. And that's really what it's all about. Sometimes in education, we become so focused on paperwork and procedures that we lose sight of the purpose. The purpose is the progress. The purpose is the growth. The purpose is helping students access opportunities that they may not have had otherwise. That's why SDI matters.
As educators, we know that meaningful change doesn't come from paperwork. It comes from purposeful instruction and an unwavering belief in every student's potential. When we understand that the IEP provides an instructional foundation, planned instruction drives learning, progress monitoring guides our decisions, and accommodations create access. Specially designed instruction becomes more than a requirement. It becomes essential for student success. To learn more, visit www.eduadvocateallies.org. Together, we can transform learning for our exceptional students.